on 10/11 News at 6, meet a man who spent the last 10 years traveling around the world.
If I want to jump on a plane or live out of a bag for 6 months going to the outback of Australia or something like that, I can do that.
Coming up in Lance's Journal, see where an unquenchable thirst for adventure has taken this modern-day Indiana Jones. The winter weather is back, but it's much easier to take in November than in October. Ken has your
Wheel of Fortune, today at 6:30 on 10/11.
Dean Jacobs is not willing to just sit around and let life pass him by. As we speak, he's planning a trip to the Amazon.
Following that, a jaunt to Antarctica. This Fremont native is the focus of this edition of Lance's Journal.
John and Cerise, Dean Jacobs has always enjoyed traveling, and he's always had a built-in sense of adventure. He remembers riding his bike from Fremont to Arlington at age 9, just wanting to see what was around the next corner. It's that kid-like curiosity that motivated him to travel around the world.
Well, I had a dream, and that was a dream to take a trip all the way around the world.
Dean Jacobs loves to tell people about what it's truly like to follow your heart.
Within an arm's reach, on my right-hand side, is a 450-pound silverback mountain gorilla.
His latest adventure was hanging out with gorillas in Rwanda for 7 months.
For just a second, I was a Dean sandwich.
And when he's not telling incredible stories of his travels, Dean calls the Blue Bottle Coffee Shop in Fremont his home base. It's where this bachelor sells his pictures and talks about what made him give up a 6-figure salary to set out on an amazing journey at the age of 38.
One day they could put on my tombstone, here lies Dean Jacobs. He helped increase Pfizer profits by 0.0001%. Or they could put, here lies Dean Jacobs. This guy had a dream and he's willing to follow it.
Dean quit his job, sold his house, and set out to explore 28 countries in 2 years.
Going to the base camp of Everest, to the outback of Australia, to the heart of Africa, living on $10 to $15 a day. And it was the opportunity to meet those ordinary people doing ordinary things, the richness of humanity.
This Fremont native has now experienced 50 countries.
Watching the shadows move across the pyramids of Egypt, walking on the white marble of the Taj Mahal.
But no matter where he goes, it's always about the people he encounters.
It's the chance to sit down, break bread, have a cup of tea with someone who has different color skin, speaks a different language, or have different customs of what you do that gives you a great chance to learn about the world, and at the same time to learn about yourself. It's the magical dance that happens when we put ourselves in new and different situations. And eventually got into the Galapagos Islands where I went swimming with dolphins.
One of the major ways that Dean is able to afford to travel around the globe and stay debt-free is that he spends a lot of his time while back in Nebraska conducting school assemblies. He says there's a very real satisfaction that comes from inspiring his fellow man to stay true to their dreams and follow their heart.
Lance, it sounds like Dean is also an author.
He is. He's already written a book, and believe me, this guy has some stories to tell. From being held up at gunpoint trying to get money out of foreign ATMs and hoping that that money is not counterfeit. He's an amazing guy.
Oh, he sure is. The story is inspiring.
Definitely.
Okay, thanks, Lance. And to see the extended version of Dean's story, go to Lance's Journal page at 1011now.com. You can check out these stories, too.